everybody, and good night. And we are here tonight at the Apollo in London, as you know, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. And what an audience. You're absolutely amazing. But tonight I am going to be talking about lots of various subjects that we're going to be poking fun at. But the first people we're going to poke fun at is ourselves, the Irish. And I know there's lots of you here in the audience. But you know, we Irish have a very peculiar way of handling the English language. Your neighbour next door, and you could have been neighbours for generations, would still greet you the same way every morning with, "Ha ha, it's yourself there, isn't it?" Or, "Is that you there?" Or, "Top of the morning to you." And a cop recently walked up to three guys outside Jury's Hotel in Dublin, and he said to them, "And ye think that you're going to be standing there now, do ye now? Well now, you're just going to have to go and move on." I was recently on a train going from Dublin to Cork, and a man walked up to me and said, "Are you finished reading that newspaper that you're sitting on?" And then I was sitting in the hotel, and this lady that I know very well walked up to me and she said, "And you're not gone home yet?" And she looking at me. But recently, anyway, on another note, Bono was at a concert up in Glasgow, and he was doing as usual as he sang. He was going clapping his hands. And he said, "Every time I clap my hands, a child dies." And from the back of the audience came a scream, "Well, stop clapping your hands." Anyway, apart from all of that, there's a teacher in the school one day, and she said to this young lad, she said, "Son, who knocked down the walls of Jericho?" And he said, "It wasn't me, miss." And the teacher was really amazed and perplexed, and the next evening she met the child's mother in a grocery store. And she said to the mother, she said, "You know, I asked little Mickey yesterday who knocked down the walls of Jericho." And she said, he said the strangest thing, "It wasn't me, miss." And the mother retorted and said, "Well, you know what? If my Mickey said he didn't knock those walls down, he didn't do it. So now just leave him alone." So the teacher was absolutely aghast, and she was further perplexed, and she decided she'd better go to the parents' home and meet the father. And the next day she arrives, and the father is in bed looking for work. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in Ireland, work is a very delicate subject. Most people think that manual labour is in fact a name for the Spanish ambassador. But however, she relayed the story about asking his son who knocked down the walls of Jericho, and he said he didn't do it, and about meeting his wife the next day, and she said that if Mickey said he didn't do it, well, he didn't do it. Well, and then to her shocking amazement, the father turned and said to her, "You know what, miss, I don't want any trouble. How much did the wall cost?" Now, in China, they're having an awful lot of trouble with the phones there, because there are so many wings and so many wongs. And everybody keeps winging the wong number. And did you know that in Afghanistan there's a fantastic coffee known as Osama bin Latte? And did you actually get it? That whoever came up with the word abbreviation, if it was meant to be short? And who is so cruel to put lisp into the word lisp for people that have difficulty with their S's? But finally, I think that politicians sometimes can leave us with amazing pieces of humour or things that are funny. And in my own way, I loved what Winston Churchill, he came up with two. And his was that history would be kind to him because he intended to write it. And the other one was that I may be drunk, miss, but in the morning I will be sober, but you will still be ugly. Now, George Bush, ladies and gentlemen, left us Irish in the shade as far as English is concerned. He said he would put food on your family. He also said that it was time for humans to go to the solar system. And he announced that he believed the French did not have a word for entrepreneur. I rest my case, ladies and gentlemen, and I really hope you enjoyed the last few minutes. Thank you.